Hi, this is Bill, and you are on Finest Travel Beat with Angela and Bill. Today we take you on an excursion from the port of Piraeus to the heart of ancient Athens. We'll visit the Acropolis, show you the Olympic Stadium, and explore some of the areas of the Plaka neighborhood. So grab your walking shoes and let's dive into one of the most historic cities in the world. Thanks again for watching. This is our next port on our 12-night Disney cruise to the Mediterranean out of Rome. We already have some videos up on Italy and also on Crete. Today we did a city tour video directly with Disney Cruise Lines. Very often when we're visiting a city for the first time, we will tend to stick to the cruise lines excursions and also do a city tour, a basic overview. Throughout this video, we're going to go through the things that we liked about this tour. There are a couple of things that we didn't like about it, and we'll also tell you basically, how we would do it differently the next time around. The first thing I'll mention is if you are visiting the Acropolis and a tour like this, it is a little bit on the strenuous side. We visited in July. It was very hot. Not a lot of shade in Greece or in Athens, and they warn you ahead of time. So when you do an excursion, look at the details. This one in particular said you have over a mile of walking, both uphill and downhill. Obviously, some of the surfaces are going to be a little uneven. There's some marble, can be slightly slippery. You'll see a little bit more of that when we get you to the Acropolis in a few minutes. Also, a couple things to note is that the Acropolis, due to security concerns, they don't allow large backpacks. So bear that in mind. Try to keep things a little bit lighter. You're going to want to travel lighter when you're through Europe anyway. As we do with all of our videos, we kind of like to show you what the port area looks like, walking out through customs and seeing that. Very easy getting off the ship, especially Disney does a great job with their organized excursions. The port of Piraeus, which is where the cruise ships dock, is not in Athens proper. It's actually it's a city of Piraeus. It's about 7 miles to the center of Athens. Now, what I will warn you about is that traffic is generally very heavy. There's lots of lights. It's a big city. The roads are kind of not in a grid pattern, shall I say. So the trip, even though it's only about 7 miles from downtown Athens, it's going to take you a good 30 or 40 minutes, regardless of whether you take a bus or a taxi or however you get downtown. There were not a ton of shops in the port area. There was a couple of small souvenir stores. As you can see here, there's an ATM. There's also a little snack stand where you can get some drinks or some basic souvenirs, some snacks, things like that. Disney Cruises, one of the things we love about Disney Cruises is you can bring a 6-pack of beer back onto the ship with you per person from every port you visit. So this was great. I was able to, on the way back, stop at one of those places, try some of the local beers, bring it back on board, and enjoy that as we sailed away. The bus ride to our first stop, which was the Acropolis, was comfortable. Nice bus. It was air conditioned. Couple of things to note: definitely make sure you stay well hydrated. Wear a hat. Bring some water with you. Insect repellent and sunscreen are also a must. Some people bring a small umbrella with them to create shade. Also, not a bad idea, especially if you're visiting in the heat of the summertime. One of our favorite parts of any excursion, especially when visiting a new city, is the bus ride back and forth. Athens was amazing. It was just such a mix of different types of architecture. There's modern neighborhoods mixed in with ancient ruins. There are working class neighborhoods. There's areas that are business related. We'll show you a little bit of it as we go through. Very interesting mixture of old and new. Athens being one of the oldest continuously habited cities in the world. It's a real dichotomy of modern architecture and ancient architecture as well. As we show you a little bit of the drive, let's just talk about some basic information that you'll need to know. Greece, like most of the rest of Europe, is on the euro. So American US dollars are generally not accepted. So you're going to want to change some of your money into euros before you get there. However, credit cards are generally widely accepted throughout Europe. Couple of things to mention about that. If you have a Discover card is not usually accepted in Europe, so it's pretty much Visa, MasterCard, or American Express. Another thing Angela and I usually do is we will have a credit card with us that is not tied to our bank account. Do not use a debit card. There's a variety of reasons for that, but a credit card that has a small limit on it that we don't have any type of automatic transactions coming out of. So if it were to get compromised someplace, it's really not a big deal. It's just a small inconvenience. So that's something you may want to do on your next travels. And that's true for really anywhere in the world. Right now we're going by the port of Piraeus on the other side from where the cruise terminals are. Here you'll see more of the yachts. Absolutely beautiful. Greece was everything we expected, and quite honestly, much, much more. Greece, we always wanted to go there, but it wasn't one of our top destinations, quite honestly. It was absolutely breathtaking. If you've watched our video from Crete, Chania Creek, from yesterday, you'll see how beautiful the Aegean Sea is there. Tomorrow's video, or the next video that we'll have up on the channel, is going to be Santorini. Santorini was breathtaking. Santorini was just beautiful, and so much more than the blue arches. Athens, Greece in general, just breathtakingly beautiful. Also, we really love to hear what you did in Athens. We are always interested in finding out how other people traveled, whether they did something on their own, they took hop-on, hop-off buses, or whether they booked through an independent tour operator. I know there's been several that have been recommended to us in the past. So please, in the comments below, if you've been to Greece and you had a particular tour that you loved or way of travel, please let us know. We love to pass that along to other people. Our tour was during the morning, so it was a little bit, it took us probably closer to an hour to get to the Acropolis. Now, I'm not going to lie, as we parked the bus, you're looking up there and thinking, oh my God, how am I going to climb that high? Again, here's a hop-on, hop-off bus. We didn't do this in Athens. We do like doing this in a lot of cities. It's a great way to kind of go from one spot to another. But I digress. There are a lot of steps up. Most of it is pretty gradual. Looking up at the Acropolis from the bus park, it's looks daunting. I probably should be in much better shape than I was. I lost a little bit of weight going to Europe. Probably lost a lot more going uphill. Europe seems to be always uphill. But the steps were not as bad. It was kind of gradual until you got much further on, which you'll see later. Couple of things I'll point out. The steps are marble. They are a little bit on the slippery side. I could imagine if it rained a little bit, it would be even more slippery. Here we're going through the checkpoint. Like I said, don't bring any large backpacks. It'll make things much quicker and prevent any problems. The tickets to the Acropolis were included in our tour, so we didn't have to worry about that at all. So like I said, comfortable shoes are a must, and absolutely, absolutely make sure that you have shoes with a good sole on them, something with a nice rubbery grip. Do not recommend flip-flops or anything like that. The surfaces are pretty uneven. Now, as you'll see, it gets pretty crowded here. Climb up, nestled on the southwest slope of the Acropolis, is the Odeon of Herodotus Atticus. This is an ancient amphitheater built in 161 AD by the wealthy Roman senator Herodotus Atticus in memory of his wife. The theater once held 5,000 spectators and was originally covered with a roof. It's been restored and now serves as a stunning open-air venue for concerts and various other performances. As I said, the climb up was really not bad. It was nice and clear. I could see how it could get a little bit slippery. The one issue was that the walk is, there are steps, and it's not like you climb over rocks or anything like that. The line to get up into the Parthenon itself, climbing up the Acropolis to get to Parthenon itself, was pretty crowded. Definitely watch your step, hold on to railings where you can, or not a lot of railings, so this might not be great for people that have issues, major issues with heights or crowds. But again, it's worth it. Once you're up onto the top of the Acropolis and the Parthenon comes into view, it's just absolutely beautiful. It opens up. People tend to spread out a little bit more. It's just kind of that choke point going up that is a little bit unnerving, so to speak. But just to be in the presence of so much history and such an iconic part of civilization was just an amazing moment. We had plenty of time up there. This stop was definitely over an hour. So we had plenty of time to kind of walk around. A part of the tour also was an audio guide that we had headphones in. So the tour guide was giving us information throughout the tour on the Acropolis and the Parthenon and the various parts of the tour. We honestly could have spent much more time up here. It was just not just to see the Parthenon and how amazing it is that it still exists, but the different artifacts around the Parthenon, and then, if nothing else, just the views of Athens and the surrounding areas was just, again, breathtaking. Just an experience that Angela and I will absolutely never, ever forget. After we spent some time enjoying the absolutely beautiful views and taking in all the history, we met the rest of our group back down towards the bus area for our next stop, which is the Pan-Athenaic Stadium. Now, as this was just kind of a drive-by here, more of a photo stop than anything else, this is located pretty close to the Acropolis. The Pan-Athenaic Stadium, or the Olympic Stadium, we really wish we had more time in here. We would have loved to have walked around the grounds in here, but basically we just had a couple of minutes to get off the bus. A little disappointing there. This was a stadium that, one of its kind, was built in 330 BC. In the late 1800s, it was restored and used for the first modern Olympic Games, which were held in 1896. You really could feel the energy and the history, even though 1896 in Greek terms is not ancient history. It was just really, if you're a sports fan, if you like the Olympics, if you like the competition, again, just another amazing stop on our journey. After our short stop there, which was really only about 15 minutes, we drove a little bit through the city. We passed some of the neoclassical buildings, the University, Senate, National Library. We saw the Parliament House, many other landmarks. They pointed all these out as we went past them. Too many sites to list, too many things to take in, quite honestly. We definitely would love to go back and spend a little bit more time in Athens to really do these things. This was kind of a very quick tour. After our little tour through the city, we stopped at the Plaka neighborhood. Now, where the bus stopped was probably, I'd say, 7 or 8 blocks from the Plaka area, and we kind of had to go as a group to back and forth to this square to get into the Plaka area. That was a little disappointing. I think we wasted a lot of time waiting for other people. So if we would do it again, this is definitely a place we would come back to. To explain what the Plaka area is, it's really one of the most charming districts in Athens. It's nestled below the Acropolis. I think I have some footage of it from here. Area is often called the neighborhood of the gods. Nice cobblestone streets, neoclassical architecture, tons of shops and cafes, a mix of old world and new world. Angela and I really, really enjoy a little window shopping and stuff, and there was plenty of places to do that. Like I said, lots of little shops. It went on quite some time. If we went back, or when we go back, I think Athens is a city that we'd want to stay in for probably a couple of days, because there's just really so much to see, and so much food also. Tons of little restaurants. We had, I would say, about 90 minutes in the Plaka neighborhood, which was not nearly enough. Now, after the tour was over, we also had to meet back in a courtyard, and unfortunately had to wait for some people, so that really even cut down on time even more. There you can see the Acropolis from the Plaka area. Angela got some baklava. Too bad we didn't have time for some dessert or some uza or some sulvaki, but we enjoyed our stay nonetheless. After our stay at the Plaka, we headed back to the ship. It was about 40 minutes. We're going to go over some of the things that we liked and disliked about this tour and how we do it differently. But before we do, please, if you're getting value of this video at all, please hit that like button. Let us know what you've done in Greece when you've been there. And if you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to the channel. We have tons of ship tour videos. We're going to have videos up on almost every European port that we visited. Santorini, there's also Barcelona, there's Rome. There's tons of stuff up on the channel. So if you want to see those videos, just hit subscribe, costs you nothing, and you'll get notified when the videos are up. Now, overall, we had a great day. It was amazing to see the Parthenon and the Acropolis, the Olympic Stadium, the architecture. Our first time in Athens, just very overwhelming. However, if I was to go back, I would be doing a small group tour. There was 50 people on our bus trip. It was just way too many, especially with the differences between younger people and elderly people, slowing things down. We felt we spent way too much time waiting for others, waiting for the groups to get together and to go from point A to point B. For this particular one, I would definitely recommend doing some sort of a small group tour, most likely through a third-party vendor. Angel and I usually use Project Expeditions, and if we were going to go back, we probably would use them again. I'm going to throw a link in the comments below on Project Expeditions, who we've used for other European ports and really liked it. Once again, thank you so much for watching. We hope you're enjoying these videos as much as we enjoy making them, and especially we hope that you get value out of it and that it helps you make better decisions the next time you're visiting one of these ports, whether it be Athens or a Caribbean port. Again, thank you so much, and on behalf of Angela, we'll see you on our next adventure. Bye-bye, everybody.